Hello, my beautiful and radiant Leo souls, and welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for illuminating the magnificent truth of your journey. Gather close and listen, not just with your ears, but with the great golden heart that beats at the very center of your being. Can you feel it, that subtle yet unmistakable tremor in the cosmic fabric, as if the sun itself has just taken a deep cleansing breath? It is not your imagination, magnificent one. You might believe that you found this message by chance, that you simply scrolled and stumbled upon these words today. But I want you to know with every fiber of my being that your powerful royal soul scheduled this very appointment an eternity ago. Your presence here right now is a sign, a divine coronation. It means that one vast, heavy, gilded cage from your past, a stage that had become a prison, has finally and irrevocably been dismantled. The curtain has fallen on an old act, and a new one, a gateway shimmering with a golden light you had almost forgotten was your birthright, is now waiting for you to step through and claim your throne. Before we unlock the extraordinary truth of what is unfolding for you, I invite you to do something radical. Just for this moment, pause with me. Take a deep, slow breath that travels all the way down to the unshakable, fiery core of your being. And as you exhale, I want you to allow your heart, that fierce, generous warrior heart that has been so heavily guarded, to soften. Imagine it as if its light had never been dimmed, as if its roar had never been silenced. Because what is about to be revealed to you is not merely the story of a person who tried to steal your sunshine. Oh no, my dear Leo. This is the story of you, a magnificent soul, who has been playing a role in the shadows for far, far too long. And now the universe itself is calling you out from behind the curtain and into the divine spotlight. It's time for you to be seen. If this message is already resonating deep within your soul, like the first ray of dawn after a long night, I want you to make a sacred pact with your own rising. Go to the comments below and declare your truth by affirming, "I am ready to reclaim my stage." Consider it a royal decree sent out to the cosmos. And if you have not already, please press that subscribe button and join our Cosmic Wisdom Pride. We are on this transformative journey together, and I want to ensure you never miss the celestial guidance that is destined just for you. My beloved Leo, that individual, that energy, that shadowy presence that once sought to diminish, to copy, and to extinguish the brilliant, untamable fire within you has fallen. Their power over you is gone. It has dissolved into nothingness. Whether they have been physically removed, karmically reassigned from your path, or have simply lost all energetic hold on your magnificent spirit, the result is the same. The cold shadow they cast upon your life is gone. The war for your light is over. Can you feel it? Take a moment. No more walking on eggshells in your own kingdom. No more subtle digs disguised as jokes that chip away at your confidence. No more feeling the need to shrink your brilliance to make insecure people comfortable. The miracle, the beautiful and undeniable truth is that the very instant their influence vanished, your soul began to truly roar again. It may have started as a whisper, a faint hum in your heart, but it was the first authentic note of your song after a long, suffocating performance of silence. Stay with me for just a moment longer, because you are about to understand with crystalline clarity why every moment you felt unseen, every time your generosity was taken for granted, every scar upon your pride was a necessary part of the alchemy that has led you to this triumphant, sun-drenched moment? Have you ever felt it? That chilling sensation of being watched by jealous eyes, even from within your own circle? A subtle pressure to be less you. Perhaps it was a recurring feeling of being drained after certain interactions, a haunting echo in your intuition that your light was being siphoned even when the world around you saw only a smile. I am here today to validate every single one of those feelings. You are not being dramatic. You are not paranoid. You were once bound by a karmic contract with a soul who was mesmerized by your light but terrified by it at the same time. A soul who saw in you a radiant power, a natural sovereignty they could never possess. And let us be unequivocally clear about one thing: you did nothing wrong. Your only crime was shining. Your only fault was possessing a heart so generous, an authenticity so raw, and a spirit so bright that it forced fractured, insecure souls to a crossroads. They could either be inspired by your light and face their own shadows, or they could attempt to dim you to avoid seeing their own reflection. They chose the latter, and they have failed miserably. Today, I am not here to have you relive the painful history of that Cold War. We are not here to give that energy another moment in your spotlight. Instead, I am here to begin a sacred ceremony with you, a ritual of return, a powerful reclamation of your soul's true golden throne. We are journeying back to the incandescent light you have always carried within you, but were once made to feel you had to conceal for your own survival. So please stay with me on this journey, because in the moments to come, I will guide you through a doorway where you no longer have to live with your defenses, raised a reality where you can hold your regal head high with your gaze steady and clear, and step into a new life where everything, and I mean everything, begins again, with sovereignty, creativity, and a love that is truly worthy of your magnificent heart. If you truly believe deep in your bones that you were preserved through this fire, not because you are merely a survivor, but because you were chosen for a greater destiny of leadership and light, I want you to leave a whisper of power beneath this video. A simple, potent declaration: I am the architect of my own rising. My dear Leo, there are profound depths to your heart that you have silently navigated in this lifetime, all without ever giving them a name. There are quiet wounds, unanswered questions about loyalty that echo in the grand chambers of your spirit, and intense emotions that move like molten gold beneath the majestic surface you present to the world. Others may only see the confident, charismatic, and powerful Leo. They see your strength, your smile, your seemingly impenetrable radiance. But they have absolutely no idea how many tidal waves of disappointment you have carried, how many storms of being misunderstood you have weathered without ever once letting your crown slip in public. You have walked through the most crowded of parties and felt profoundly, achingly alone. You have lain in the arms of another and still felt a desolate coldness, a knowing that they were in love with your shine but terrified of your fire. You have mastered the art of the brave face, of offering warmth and encouragement to others, while all you truly yearned for was for one person, just one, to look you directly in the eyes and ask with genuine sincerity, "But how is your heart really, Leo?" Your love is not a half measure. It is a grand, theatrical, all-encompassing bonfire. When you love with the totality of your being. When you give your loyalty, a rare and precious gift from a royal heart, you give all of yourself, holding nothing back, exposing your softest, most vulnerable underbelly. And because of this profound all-or-nothing nature, you are more susceptible to the deepest wounds of being taken for granted than any other sign. This world, tragically, is often not courageous enough to handle a heart as generous and fierce as yours. You may have asked the universe in your darkest moments, "I lead with my heart. I am loyal to a fault. So why am I constantly met with conditional love? I give so freely, so why am I the one who feels so empty?" But you must understand this beautiful soul. A diamond must first endure unimaginable pressure to be formed. The sun itself is a constant, magnificent explosion. Your heart, my dear Leo, is growing more powerful, more resilient, and more discerning through every unseen trial. You are not just a symbol of charisma and creativity, you are the heart of the zodiac. You are the soul who can walk into the bleakest, most colorless room, and just by being you, ignite it with warmth, laughter, and life. You are the one who reminds a world drowning in cynicism what it feels like to have passion, to have courage, to believe in something with your entire being. You are the sacred fire that sees through all the noise. In a society chasing fleeting trends and superficial validation, you are the one who remembers what truly matters: loyalty, honor, soul-deep connection, and unwavering generosity. You don't build empires of sand, you build legacies of light. You don't crave shallow admiration. You command profound, heartfelt respect. And if today you feel that no one on this earth truly understands the vast kingdom within you, I want you to remember this. You don't need to be understood by the masses. You only need to be truly seen by the worthy few. And sometimes the very first person who needs to see you truly see you is yourself. Be the first person to applaud your own resilience. Be the first to acknowledge your own sacrifices. Be the steady golden light you place beside your own soul instead of waiting for someone else to come and validate your shine. For too long, you may have tried to hold together alliances that were already fractured by jealousy to remain loyal to a court of people who had long since proven themselves unworthy of your kingdom. But listen to me now, dear one. You are not born to carry the dead weight of those who are comfortable in the shadows. You were born to be unapologetically radiant, passionate, creative, warm, and profoundly real. To return to that authentic self, you must sometimes walk back across the scorched landscape of memories you buried long ago. You must unearth the pain, not to relive it, but to reclaim the piece of your light you left behind there. I am not asking you to be strong right now. I am simply inviting you to breathe. Breathe deeply, as if for the very first time, you are giving yourself permission to take up space, to shine without apology. Breathe as if you are placing a final definitive period at the end of a chapter that no longer serves your glorious destiny, and begin a new one where you can show up in your full, magnificent power without shame and without hiding any part of your glorious fiery intensity. Leo, you have walked through the valley of the shadow for so long that you may have forgotten you were born of cosmic fire. But that fire, that inner sun, it never disappeared. It was merely banked, hidden behind clouds of doubt, waiting for you to remember your own power and command it to rise once more. Imagine yourself right now sitting on a golden throne in a quiet, sacred space. Place your hand over your heart and ask it, what am I truly here to create? What am I here to illuminate? If the answer is love, joy, truth, and soul-level expression, then you have never lost your way. And those very values, the core of your Leo essence, are now acting as a powerful magnet, guiding you toward a light, a power, and a destiny you have never touched before. You may not fit in everywhere, Leo, and that is your strength, not your weakness. A lion does not concern itself with the opinions of sheep. You will, however, always belong where truth, honor, and courage reside. And if the space you currently find yourself in forces you to shrink, to dim your light, to quiet your roar, then you must give yourself radical permission to leave. No explanation is required. No justification is needed. The sovereignty of your soul matters more than anything else in this universe. And now, you are about to see precisely why the cosmos has gently and sometimes forcefully held back the things that were not truly worthy of you. Have you ever forgiven someone who never had the courage to apologize for dimming your light? Have you ever continued to protect a person or a project that wounded your spirit simply because your generous heart didn't want others to suffer? That is not weakness, my dear Leo. That is a profound, almost superhuman level of honor. And the universe has seen it all. It has witnessed your silent integrity. And if you have ever acted with such grace under fire, then a spiritual gift, a karmic reward of immense proportions, is now being prepared specifically for you. But the very first person you must offer this grace to now is yourself. Forgive yourself for staying too long on a stage that was too small. Forgive yourself for offering your golden loyalty to those with tin hearts. Forgive yourself for once believing that their inability to stand your heat was a reflection of your own worth. You are worthy. You are worthy of fierce adoration. You are worthy of an unbreakable love. You are worthy of a kingdom, a sanctuary where you can finally exhale, lay down your armor, and smile, knowing you are safe, celebrated, and truly seen. Leo, you are the living symbol of the dawn. You are the sun that rises from the darkness of night, not just healed, but more powerful, more brilliant, and more life-giving than before. Like a lion that sheds its old coat for a more magnificent one, you are now in the process of releasing what no longer aligns with your heart's truth. And then one morning, you will awaken feeling as light as a king or queen whose victory is finally assured. You are the one who forces hardened hearts to feel warmth again. You are the one who stands beside someone when they have hit rock bottom, offering not pity, but your silent, powerful strength, that profound presence that makes them feel brave again. That is a rare and sacred gift. That is true power, and you do not need to do anything more to prove it. If you do just one thing for yourself today, let it be this: write yourself a letter, not to blame, not to explain, but to look back at the battles you have fought for your light and say with reverence for your own journey, "I have walked through the eclipse, and I am proud that I am still shining." Leo, you are being reborn, not because of anyone else, but because of you. The forgiveness you granted when none was asked, for the compassion you held for the world, even as it wounded you, the integrity you refused to sacrifice. It is all now returning to you in the quietest, deepest, most powerful way imaginable. If today you still feel the echoes of the past, that is perfectly fine. Healing is not a final destination. It is a journey of reclamation. One day, the weight on your royal shoulders feels a bit lighter. One night, your sleep is a bit deeper, free from haunting dreams of being invisible. One morning, you wake up, and your heart feels a bit more open, a bit less guarded. Little by little, you are being reborn in your own light. And if you feel called, write something under this video, a memory of your own resilience, a dream for your creative future, a feeling too intense to name. Because perhaps what you share, what you bravely bring out into the light, will become the very beacon that guides another Leo soul who is currently lost in the same mist you have just triumphantly walked through. You are not alone, Leo, and you have never ever truly lost your light. It is just that now that light is coming home, not in a dazzling, blinding flash, but as a steady, warm, and intensely powerful flame, just like you. And the moment you allow yourself to touch that sacred fire again is the moment you step into a new dimension of your journey, a dimension that not everyone has the courage to reach. Perhaps you haven't fully realized this yet, my dear Leo, but the very fact that you are still here, still listening, still feeling with such intensity is a quiet signal from the universe that you have passed a profound cosmic test. A test that required no external validation or applause. Not everyone keeps a generous heart after being taken for granted. Not everyone still believes in grand, soul, deep love after being devastatingly hurt. And not everyone possesses the raw courage to keep shining their light while carrying the immense weight of others' shadows. But you, Leo, you did. You do not need to stand on a stage to be seen. Your power is not in shouting to be recognized, because the nature of true power is that it is often felt most profoundly in its warmth and radiance. And the power inside you is beginning to speak again, not for attention, but to awaken your own soul to its next level of evolution. And in doing so, to awaken the souls around you. Some blessings do not arrive in flashy, loud packaging. They come like the morning you wake up and the chronic creative block in your mind is simply gone. They come like a deep, cleansing breath that you no longer have to force. They come like a sudden, intuitive insight that cuts through all the confusion, revealing your simple, powerful truth. Dear Leo, not all rewards come in the form of money, fame, or a new partner. There is a kind of reward that once you recognize, it will change the very fabric of your reality forever. There is a reward called peace in the midst of chaos. There is a reward called freedom from the karmic chains of the past. There is a reward called becoming your most authentic, radiant self without a single trace of fear of judgment. The universe owes you nothing, it is true. But because you have given with such integrity, because you have fought to keep your inner fire alive, when everything and everyone around you tried to extinguish it, you are now stepping into a season where everything you once quietly planted in the soil of your soul will begin to grow to blossom, to bear golden fruit. You may not see the full harvest immediately, but I promise you, if you sit still for just a moment and tune into your own energy, you will feel it. A new life, a new creative era is quietly forming within the depths of your being. Imagine your soul as a vast, clear sky after a long and violent storm. Its surface is finally calming, becoming serene. And when the sky is clear enough, the sun in all its luminous glory can finally shine perfectly upon the world. That sun, my dear Leo, is your reward. It doesn't need to be chased. It only needs your inner clarity to be revealed. It doesn't respond to demands. It responds to your faith in your own light. The universe is returning to you what you once silently gave away, but in a higher, more potent form. Not the same kind of conditional love that betrayed you, but a mature, conscious love built on a foundation of truth and mutual celebration that needs no proof. Not a fleeting, superficial opportunity, but a soul invitation, a true calling that will take you to the land where you have always belonged. And in that profound stillness A sacred truth is waiting for you to remember it. The most sacred reward does not come to simply make you happy. It comes to help you remember who you truly are, so that you no longer measure your worth by the applause you have lost, but by the indestructible light you have forged through the darkest nights. Astrology calls this the cycle of profound soul-level radiance, a path that every Leo must walk. When you have completed enough lessons in generosity, pride, betrayal, and resilience, you begin to enter a stage of light convergence. This is the time when you no longer need to search, to fight, to seek. Everything that is truly aligned with your soul's destiny will be drawn to your warmth. And what is right for you might just be a soul you were once bonded with in a life long, long ago. No more chasing, only walking slowly in your full regal power and presence. Leo, if you find yourself attracting new people who resonate with your warmth and integrity, if you see opportunities appearing in the most unexpected and synchronistic ways, know that this is not luck. It is the immutable law of resonance. As you heal and reclaim your inner sun, everything on the outside must begin to change to reflect your new, higher vibration. And if lately you have felt the way being cleared as old things, old relationships, old patterns begin to fall away on their own, as situations that once hurt you suddenly hold no power over you anymore, as you breathe deeply and no longer feel the compulsive need to explain or defend your brilliance to anyone, that is the undeniable sign that you are stepping into a new field of energy, a field of sovereignty. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You don't have to hold on to what is past. You don't have to please anyone. You only need to live in alignment with the truth of your magnificent creative soul, because the true reward is the freedom to live as you truly are. Ask yourself these questions tonight. If I were not afraid of being judged or seen as too much, what would I create? If I were no longer bound by the memories of the past, who would I become? If I truly believed I was worthy of a great celebratory love, what would I allow into my life? Write down the answers. Do not hesitate, because those answers are the powerful signals you are sending out to the universe. Have you ever wished with all your heart that someone could understand your silence without needing an explanation, that there was a place you belonged where you didn't have to hide your intensity, that there was someone who could simply look into your eyes and already know you are hiding a universe of dreams behind your calm exterior? All of those if only wishes are now being rewritten into your reality. Not in the way your ego expected, but in the way your soul truly needs. Because you deserve it. A life that needs no translation. A love without walls. A journey where every single step is a coming home to your own power. Receive your reward in stillness. No need to rush. Not with doubt, but with a deep knowing gratitude. Gratitude for not allowing the darkness to consume you. Gratitude for still believing in loyalty. Gratitude for still keeping an honorable, generous heart in a sometimes dishonorable world. If you are still listening to me, I believe the reward has already begun to anchor within you. Someone is thinking of you with a sincerity and respect you have not known before. A door is preparing to open for you precisely because you have stopped trying to force it. A small miracle is forming in a place you are not even aware of yet. And if something inside of you is softly, powerfully trembling with this recognition, write it down. A short line, an affirmation, one thing you are grateful for today. Share it with the world, not for recognition, but so that power may multiply when it is given. The reward is coming, Leo. And this time, you don't have to fight for it. You just have to be yourself. Just keep believing in your own truth. Just be present with all the fierce grace and courage you have held on to. The universe is finally matching your frequency. Prepare to receive.